Showtime.
Welcome to another episode of It's Debatable NFL Edition. I'm your host, Justin Jones, here with Coles Sebastian. You just seen us the other day breaking down all of the last matchups from last weekend. Go watch that episode, but we still have to do predictions for this weekend, and we got two crazy matchups. You ready to start, man? Like, we can just dive right into it. Do you have anything to say before we get into these matchups? I don't know, something on your mind?
Ah, 2 more weeks of this shit left, bro. As as quickly as it came, it went, man. You went from making parlays to for the 1 o'clock cards, the 4 o'clock cards, and the 8 o'clock cards. So now you just have 2 games left, man. 2 games left in. So it's exciting to see. For all the marbles now, let's jump right into it.
Patriots Broncos. That's the first matchup on that Sunday slate. Um, Once again, prayers up to Bo Nix. I really don't like that we're gonna get this matchup without both of the starting QBs. So I'm gonna just say that from the start. The Patriots are the favorites. Literally on all betting sites, and just due to the fact I feel because the Broncos don't have their QB, right? Even though their defense is still going to do what they do on that end, not having your starting QB in a conference championship game like this is just very, very detrimental. I wrote down right here, no Bo, no win. I already have the Patriots winning this matchup, but let's talk a little bit more about this QB starting. Jared Stidham. If I'm pronouncing this dude's name wrong, I apologize. I try to do my due diligence. That's how it looks on Google. Jared Stidham. Is he going to do enough, right, to keep up with Drake May? We've seen it from week one until now. Drake May has been that dude. I think I said it on the last episode, maybe the one before that. I think he's been the MVP. Right, I know people saying him or Matthew Stafford. A lot of people even want to throw in Sam Darnold. About next, you could have even said, but I think Drake May, just based off the expectation going in and based off how it ended, he has to be that dude. Here's an important fact though. When Sean Payton took over this Denver Broncos team as the head coach, right? They made three signings. He made sure to sign this backup QB, which means that he, number one, he has faith in the kid and he knows something that we don't, and two, he has to be somewhat good. I don't see why you go get him out of anyone you could have signed, right? He has to have something to him. So I'm very interested to see um their offensive tackle on the Denver Broncos, Mike McGlinchey. Once again, if I'm saying any of these names wrong, I apologize. He went on the record and said this QB, Stiddy, has been waiting for his this moment his entire career. And that in training camp that they had this the offseason that just passed, even in the practices up to this date, they're saying he basically be doing his thing. Right? Now when I read this, it gave me vibes of who's that trainer guy that be working with Ben Simmons in the offseason? The famous guy. Come on, so you already know. Come on, say it.
What's that nigga's name? I forgot that name. Not Will Handy. No,
Not
Phil.
Will Hand. No, the white dude that be training with people.
Oh. What's that nigga name? What the fuck? How's that?
Yeah, I'm drawing a blank. I can't remember his name right now either. All of y'all sports fans know the one who be training with those basketball players in the off season. He's Caucasian. I'm just forgetting his name right now. Come on, Seb, search it up. I know you got it, Seb.
Oh, Chris Brickley.
There you go, Chris Brickley. This once again, once I read this report, it gave me vibes of what he says. Oh, Ben Simmons looks great. The jumper looks smooth. We start seeing the videos, and then it's the same cycle, and then Ben Simmons never plays. Right. So I don't want to put all my stock into what an offensive tackle said, but that's what was reported, and I don't understand why he would lie about something like that, or even if he over fabricated it, I just don't understand why you do that because then you just put even more pressure on him. Um, but now here's the problem. We haven't seen something like this, Seb. Can you? I'll give you 1,000 right now if you can name the last time something like this has happened.
My football knowledge is not that, so I
Take a
couldn't.
guess, man. Take a guess of the last year to where a QB has made their season debut in the conference championship. Just give me a year. Just throw it out.
2006.
1972, to where the Dallas Cowboys QB, let me get his name. Hold on. Don't y'all be mad at me. I'm gonna get it for y'all. Um Yeah, I don't have his name, but he made his start in the conference championship 1972. I didn't write his name down, but for all y'all Dallas Cowboys fans out there, y'all know exactly who I'm talking about. That's the last time something like this has happened. But even here's the difference of this situation and that situation. That QB had played 10 games the previous season, right? Mr. Stidham has not thrown a pass in a non preseason game since he replaced Russell Wilson in the final two games of the 2023 season. We're in 2026, right? It's just putting a lot on the shoulders of this kid. Um he's only played 20 games since being drafted in 2019. I can keep it going. But we have we on the other side, right? We seen the Patriots just been dominant all season. Like I said, from week one up until now, they have handled their business. How I started off talking about this, I think they should be favored by more than even just 2.5. That's the spread right now on FanDuel. The defense, like I said, for Denver is still going to do their thing. Sean Payton is just a great coach overall. I don't want to say offensive, defensive. I just think he has that voice in the locker room and that team believes in him. I don't think they're not going to put up a fight. I just think they're outmatched. And without Bo Nix, I don't think they can get it done. If the Patriots was to lose this game, I think it's one of their worst losses in Patriots history because you will be losing to, once again, a backup QB that's only played 20 games since 2019.
That's a tough pill to swallow.
Yeah, so just due to all that, like I said, I got the Patriots. I am interested to see how this kid performs because I see a couple people saying he has game to him, right? But the moment matters, right? And this is a big moment right here. I'm interested to see it, but I got the Patriots clear.
Um, I think everybody got the Patriots broad day. But I'm not gonna just write this off like as a blowout though, because I still do give respect to just the defense that the Broncos is playing. This is going to be another tough task for just the Patriots. Well, Drake May, because Denver's defense has been good all season long too as well. You got guys like Nick Batum. Fuck, I botched his name. Nick Benito. Running that, you have Pastor Tane. You have a bunch of guys, Riley Moss at the cornerback too as well. You got a bunch of guys that could definitely do their thing over there on the defensive side of things to make the game a little bit more difficult. We're talking about a Broncos defense that just last week made a Josh Allen throw for 4 picks too, so it's not going to be a cake and a walk. My thing is even though this Stedman kid or whatever his name is your backup quarterback, hasn't played a snap all year. This is going to be his first game to actually throw a pass and doing it. You could come up with a game plan more so to where you don't necessarily put him in a position to where he has to throw for a decent amount if you get the running game working. A guy like RJ Harvey, can get something going despite the mishaps he had last week, you definitely could find a way just to make something of it. Though I think the run game is going to be very important. We're not going to put our quarterback in a position to where he has to go ballistic. Though he just has to game manage it. I think if you could get it to game manage, he could keep it relatively close because I know the defense is going to do their fair share though. But there's only so much you could do until this Patriots team start rolling, and I think it's going to be tough too because all the games I looked at this far, this Patriots offense doesn't pick up till nearly like the second half. I feel like more so the defense is carried for the most part of this. I think we haven't seen the Drake May explosion game yet too. So if Drake May is gonna have his best game, it has to be now though, despite this defensive team. So for the most part though, I think the Broncos gonna keep it relatively close. Just with their defense and this how Sean Payton can work his magic offensively, despite not having Bo Nix. I think it's not going to be like a blowout. I don't think people are gonna. I think people got this confused as to a team that just plays with one person, and just has they can just rely on their quarterback. I think this is a heavily filtered offense. I'm expecting big games from guys like Cortland Sutton, Evan Ingram. I think he's gonna have to be a little bit special though, very subpar. Not really a factor. Lil Jordan Humphreys might have to do something special again. Everybody's gonna have to be special in their own roles though. We've seen a guy like Marvin Mims stepped up last week when needed to, but for the most part, everybody's just gonna have to be special in their role. But I just think that more so, the defense is just gonna have to put in overtime.
Yeah, but when I'm hearing you talk, it's kind of like it's minimizing what Bo Nix has done and why they're in this position. They're not here without Bo Nix. I don't think they're anywhere close, right? So he matters. Like it's not even just his passing; it's what he can do with his legs, right? He's one of those QBs that gives them so many, right, extra possessions and back to those first downs, being able to move with the football, right? How many times do we just see backup QBs just come in and just do amazing? And just that first game, that don't just happen naturally. It's not like an NBA, your backup point guard. Like this is someone you just said he hasn't done any snaps the whole season. So as much as we want to game manage, I that was one of my first thoughts that Sean Payne is such a great coach. He could put him in position to where he might not have to do too much. But you can't just rely on the run game. The Patriots defense number one is too good. So once they see that they're trying to do that, they're gonna stop all that. And RJ Harvey is not a world beater. He's good, but he's not no Derrick Henry to where you can just no. They're going to force him to throw the ball, and he's going to have to connect. Another thing you said, I've seen the Patriots get off to a hot start. Usually when they go up against teams with subpar QBs. So, you should, shout out to shout out to Head Ice when his noise is real. But they're going to have to figure this out very quickly, and I mean by tomorrow. They got to have their game plan down pat. 'Cause that first quarter is going to tell a lot. You know this. I don't see this QB having a subpar first quarter. He comes alive in the fourth. Fuck no. That first drive, my eyes will be glued to the TV. Do you got it?
Yeah, I think that's good. That's going to be the end all tell all. Is if what can he do? That first quarter is going to mean a lot too, because I don't think you could just find yourself a flow of the game as the game going along in this certain situation too, because you got to look at it. This is a conference. This is the AFC Conference Championship. You can't just find a flow in the second half though. I'll be surprised.
Yeah,
Surprised.
yeah. So a lot of stress on his shoulders. I would want him to do well, right? But like I said, I just don't see the Patriots losing. I'll be shocked, right? A lot of people's gonna be down bad, right? So it's gonna be an interesting matchup. You ready for the next one?
Yep. Next one, the main event, the boxing where I'll let you take it over there. I'll let you start it off.
Well, we got the Rams and the Seahawks. You can argue the best two teams in the NFL this season. We just seen what both teams did with their last matchups. The Seahawks putting belt to ass to the 49ers, and then the Rams pulling it out late against the Bears. Just like I said with the last matchup with the Bears and the Rams, I'm expecting a shootout. Especially what I just seen from the Seahawks, right? And the Rams are a better team, but the Rams have a prolific offense. The Seahawks know how to put points on the board. I'm expecting this to be high scoring. Can the Rams offense, right, be able to match with the Seahawks defense? Because that defense is real. I believe a top three defense in the NFL just throughout the whole season, especially right now. But Sam Darnold has to be special, right? Last game, only threw for 124 yards and one touchdown. I don't see that working this game, right? Because number one, styles make fights, and I think just with this Rams team, you're gonna, like I said, have to put points up. And we already knew what the 49ers was going through, even just injury wise. So this is about to be a different type of matchup for Mr. Sam Darnold. Um, I wrote down he needs to double that. So if you had 124, you're gonna have to throw for at least 200, right? You only had the one touchdown. You're gonna need at least two. I'm expecting this to be a standout performance from Mr. Darnold. And thus far, this is the biggest game of his entire career. You win this, you're in the Super Bowl. Right? Who would have said to start this season, Sam Darnold is going to the Super Bowl? Especially how he flamed out last season with the Vikings. Right? So hey, Kenneth Walker, you brought up in the last show, right? Oh, he had a hell of a game, this, that, and the third. One of the best performances you've seen from him this entire season. He gonna do that again. Right? Because Kenneth Walker is a dude that's been up and down the whole season. For every one good game he has, he might have two bad games right after that. So he's going to have to show out. That goes on the other end with the Rams. Kyron Williams, right, had a great last game, right? If he doesn't have that kind of performance, we're probably not even having this conversation right now. He's going to have to continue that type of play. I'm not saying he has to have two touchdowns again, but you're gonna have to make it to where the defense is having a problem with um with you, and they're gonna have to change how they defend you. Um, but I do think overall the game will be close, right? I do expect this to come down to fourth quarter play, and then it's gonna be which QB is gonna be better in the fourth quarter. And for that reason alone, I have the Rams winning this. I think at the end of the day, this is gonna come down to Matthew Stafford versus Sam Darnold, and Matthew Stafford, even at his age, is a better QB than Sam Darnold. I got Rams money line.
I got Rams money line too. I just think that this game is just going to be so close to call. No discredits to the Seahawks though. I'm just going to favor the Rams in this matchup though because I do like more of their offensive weapon, and especially for the Seahawks, missing a guy like Charbonnet is definitely going to hurt them. Even though I'm getting their tight end back, definitely does help them. I just think that Charbonnet, what he was able to do for this offense, converting a lot of touchdowns at the end zone, at the red zone, definitely made this team special too as well. But I just think that this one goes to the Rams. I think that they have figured out their offense more so that in this matchup than just the Seahawks. A lot of times I see the Seahawks definitely has struggled getting some type of offense going against the Rams. Sam Darnold has not had his best game against the Rams, but still managed to pull that 1 point victory out last time they matched up too. So it's not a walk in the park though. Both teams have a very great defense, very great defensive schemes, play rugged defense. I think that just more so I'm leaning towards the Rams though, because for the most part of the year though, I did say I had the Rams being in the Super Bowl. And then just another part is just the fact that they find ways to win games too. I'm expecting a big game from Puka Nakua. Kyron Williams has to be special once again. I think where the most important part, the X factor is going to be what can you get from Devontae Adams. I think for these past two games, we haven't gotten nothing from Devontae Adams for real. We haven't gotten nothing special out of him. I think this is a big game for him. I think he needs to be in a position to be the X factor, to relieve just duties off of Puka Nakua, so that people realize he's a factor too as well. I like what the defense thus far I've seen from the Rams though, so I'm not worried about that. I think both teams' defensive is going to be special though, but they know each other's stuff very well to where I don't think either's going to get off anything crazy. But for the most part, though, I think it's going to be a good game. I'm very excited to watch this matchup, though. I think this is just going to be box office. Matthew Stafford versus Sam Darnold. Like you said, to your point, Sam Darnold has to be special in order this team to do anything. Yeah, for the most part, though, I'm definitely going to just go with the Rams, though, just because I just like the idea of just the Rams being back in the Super Bowl, though. I think they have just the better offense, in my opinion. Not to take away from none that the Seahawks do, but just watching the Rams offense is special at times.
Right, I'm not mad at that. So we both have a Rams Patriots Super Bowl.
Yep, that's what we like to see. That's the fans we like to see.
LA versus New England. Yeah, I definitely think that's what it's gonna be, but you never know. On any given Sunday, anything can happen. So for all those sports fans, make sure you are tuned in and locked into your TVs. I believe the first matchup starts at 3 o'clock. Correct me if I'm wrong. But you feel me? Be with your friends, be with your family, have y'all popcorn ready. You feel me? Have those beers going and just watch some great games. This was one of our, I guess you can say, shorter episodes. Was only two games to talk about. We'll probably be back soon to talk about this coaching carousel to where every team decided to fire their coach and restart. I definitely think we gotta talk about that a little bit. You know, the John Harbaugh is going to the Giants. You already seen the Ravens getting a new coach. My boy Mike McDaniel's found it. Oh, Seb, your guy. Hold on, sir.
Mike, we got Mike.
Yeah. You
I ain't
better
even
you better talk nice about him now, Seb. Come on. So say it. Say it.
listen.
Sometimes
I
you can find
listen.
yourself first and 10, and then you're
I think he's a
second and
good.
20.
Hold on. I think he's gonna be all right. Offensive
Oh,
coordinator.
here we go. Here we
The
go.
difference is time out. There's a difference between offensive coordinator and being a head coach. We're not asking you to speak after every post conference, but I think he could do something special. I think he's a very good offensive mind. What he was able to do for a guy like Devon Achan, for a guy like Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle in that first year, more so first and second year. We've seen a lot of explosive games from them, to where
What
everybody
about
gets a
this
little.
year? Don't do that. No, what about this year?
This year, I think your quarterback just he's scared. He has
Because you
CTE.
already know we got episodes, so don't even try to flip the script. Don't even try right now, sir.
Listen, what's in the past is in the past.
Oh, it's in
We
the
got Mike McDaniel.
past.
We got Mike McDaniel's, man. He's gonna do all. He's gonna do wonders for this offense, though. He's gonna turn my son
Listen,
Mario and Hampton into probably son special if he can.
fate of the universe on the line. The Martians got the death beam pointed at you. I want Mike McDaniels as my
That's
offensive coach, huh? All right, so I just thought that was funny. I had to bring that up. Okay, we will talk more about that as the weeks go by. Right, we had to find out will he be keeping the same type of vape, right, on the sidelines.
the
This is
passion.
this is Justin Herbert's, I believe, fifth new offensive coordinator. So you got a lot of questions to answer, Seb.
Mike McDaniel's, man. He's gonna lead us into the future.
Ah, the future.
Yeah.
Okay, okay.
2026, 2027 season.
Because you already know that LA weed out there is strong, man. Tell them be careful.
I hear that.
You feel me? But that's gonna do it for this episode of It's Debatable NFL Edition. I want to thank everybody for watching this episode. Please make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Let us know who do you have in these two matchups with the Rams and the Seahawks, also the Patriots and the Broncos. Also let us know in the comments what has been the most shocking head coach hiring so far. Um, we will see y'all soon to recap these matchups and give our Super Bowl predictions. Jersey.
Yeah.